Hi everyone, and welcome back to Vlogmas. It's Tuesday, December 17th, and I'm back today. Yesterday I was in the office all day. Let's see, I was gonna film, my little snap transitions, but I knew I was going to be at the office longer than I was 2 weeks ago, so I just didn't think it would be worth it to like film it all yesterday. I left the house at like 5:45 a.m. got to the office at 7:30, so commute wasn't terrible. Left the office at about 1:45 p.m., which I thought was gonna put me in the running for a pretty terrible commute home, but it turned out to not be too bad. I think I got home at like 3. I thought it was gonna be like 3:45, like 2 hours, so really not bad. And then I got home, had a little bit more work to do, and then basically just crashed on the couch. Buddy has not been sleeping the last 2 nights. So the night before I went to the office, he was up from like 2 a.m. until I woke up at 5 a.m. Joel got up with him, I got up with him, let him outside, and then, he was just walking around. I don't know what he wanted. I got him to lay up on the bed and, was just trying to pet him, and it was a lot. So like I didn't sleep. Barely slept that night, and then had to wake up early. And then last night, basically the same thing. Joel said he woke up with him at like midnight, and then I woke up with him at 3, and yeah, so I'm a little tired today. I think I might try to go make a coffee after we open some advents. So anyways, if I seem a little that's fine. But I want to have a good day today. I feel like it's time to have a good day. So we're gonna open advents. We got two days worth of advents to open because I was gone out of the house yesterday. So we're gonna open days 16 and 17, and we're gonna start with Twice Sheared Sheep. So, oh look, they're right next to each other. Right here, 16 and 17. Oh, that was so easy to pull out today. Whoops, okay. No guess. Ooh, okay, I saw these online. They are their Snap ID cords. And they say small, medium, large, and extra large. I really like these. They're used to like hold your cables, like for interchangeable needles. I have some of them, or they came out with them last year, and they say like 16 inch, 24 inch, 36 inch, like the inch measurements for your cables. And they said on Instagram, people were asking for them without the inch labels on them, just to say like small, medium, and large. And so that is what they have this year. So pretty cool. I like the ones with the inch measurements on them. But if you don't, now they will have these ones coming out soon. So that's exciting. Okay, day 17. There is some sort of chain on this, so maybe. Let's see. Oh, stitch markers. Oh my gosh! Oh, those are cute. Okay, they're little cat stitch markers. This gray one has little glasses on. Those are so funny. And these are the large size, so these will fit really large needles. Very cute. All right, that is Twice Sheared Sheep, days 16 and 17. Okay, we're going to move on to Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. We are looking at Lady of the Green Kirtle and Dawn Treader. Okay. A reminder, we were like super blue on day 15, so I wonder if we're going back green? Day 16? Oh, okay, interesting. It is a little green, but definitely some yellow in here. Ooh, kind of like a green, blue, yellow. Okay. Oh, we moved on from blue so fast. I really like that blue. I wanted more blue. Okay. Day 17. This is Dawn Treader. Oh, okay. Yep, definitely yellow now. There we go. These ones have like a nice gradient. You can definitely see like the green, you know, green, blue into more yellow for today. Very nice. Okay. I guess yellow makes sense, right? If we're in summer, like, you know, the summer sun. I'm interested to see how this goes into fall, autumn. I don't know if we'll get into like warmer, maybe like, I don't know, it'd be really cool if it went into like warmer, like red burgundy colors. I don't know if it will. No idea, but it would just be cool. Okay, lastly here, okay, 16 and 17 for Ruby and Roses. Wow, okay, we're in pinks. Okay, day 16 is called Cookie Artist. Love this one, obsessed. Ooh. And day 17, this is called Heirloom. Wow. Okay, this one might be my favorite so far from the whole advent. I really like these two. Look how pretty this is. Okay, awesome. Fun advent day. Let's get these hung up. Guys, first coffee on Vlogmas. What is this, episode 12? You should be proud of me. Reddit wouldn't believe it. Okay, we need to knit a blanket square today. Let's take a look. See here. Did not knit one yesterday. So, and I'm not gonna knit one tomorrow, so we're gonna be behind this week. Definitely gonna be behind. So we've got a lot of options. We can do this one. This is the top of the blanket, so we can do this one. We can do this one. We can do this one. That's it. We've got all three blue options available to us. Let's look at our colors. I really want to do this one with my pink and light blue. So I think this is the yarn we're gonna go for. And let's take a look and see where this one is supposed to go. This one goes on top of purple. On top of the purple. On top of this purple. Next to the blue. Okay, so next to the one that I just did. So it's gonna go right here. Okay, that's where it's gonna go. Right here. Okay, let's do it. I was thinking while I filmed today's vlog, I might answer some of your Q&A questions because I just really don't think I'm gonna have time to film like a dedicated Q&A video. So I'm gonna move you over here. So I'm going to start picking up these stitches. And while I do that, I'm going to answer one of your questions. Okay, hold on. There we go. Tilt you down a little bit. I don't think you're gonna be able to, you might see this a little bit. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so I don't think I'll be able to film a dedicated Q&A, but I can definitely start answering the Q&A questions in the vlogs. And I can answer a couple every day and we can get through them. So honestly, I should have just been doing that as they came in. So we'll start there. And I think the best one to start with is one of them. I didn't write down anyone's names who answered questions. I've just been keeping them in a note. So sorry about that. But one of the questions I got is, who is Leslie? You have an engineering degree. What do you do for work? Family? How long have you been knitting? How did you learn? So let's just do a little chat here while I pick up these stitches. And I've got a meeting in 8 minutes. So we'll just chat for 8 minutes here until that meeting starts. So hi everyone, my name is Leslie. Welcome to Knit California. I grew up in Southern California. I've been living in Southern California my whole life. Went to college also in Southern California for engineering. I went to Harvey Mudd College. It's a small math, science, and engineering school in Claremont, California. If you went to the SoCal Fiber Fair at the Pomona Fairgrounds, Claremont, California is literally right there. It's like a blast from the past for me to go back there because that's basically right where I went to school. My major was general engineering. We did not have to pick like a concentration, which is really interesting. And then when I went into the workforce, I basically, you know, at that point kind of had to pick a concentration. And well, yeah, I don't know. It was kind of picked for me, you know. You kind of had to take what you could get with what kind of job you could get. And I became an industrial engineer. And my first like real job out of college was with the US Postal Service. I was an operations industrial engineer in their processing and distribution center in Santa Clarita, California. I worked there for 4 years with the Postal Service, worked my way up through the ranks. I was Lean Six Sigma certified, black belt certified, and we got really into continuous improvement. And I was actually running the whole continuous improvement program for like the West Coast and Hawaii for the Postal Service. And then I decided it was time for me to move on and find a new role outside of the Postal Service. And that is where I moved to my current company. And I've been with my current company for 6 years now. And I started as a continuous improvement engineer at my current company, which is a medical device manufacturing company in San Diego. And I moved from continuous improvement engineering into HR, which is a crazy jump. I know. How that happened is also a crazy story, but I really wanted something different from continuous improvement engineering. I was working on kind of like some people projects, and I just felt like it was a really good and interesting next step for me. It was crazy. I felt like I was like thrown into the deep end, you know, not really knowing how to swim, and really had no idea what I was doing for like a full year. Figured it out finally, maybe like, yeah, a year and a half into it. And now, like literally now, I'm transitioning out of HR and into a new like program manager / analyst role. So I'm really looking forward to this new role. Actually working with, going back to a manager that I had previously, so I'm excited about that. And kind of get to put my engineering hat back on a little bit, which I'm also really excited for. So that's kind of my work life, and if all of that kind of went over your head, no worries. In terms of family, I've been married since April of 2021 to my husband Joel, and I have a stepson, Caleb, who is gonna be 10 very, very soon. And so that's who I'm always talking about, you know, Caleb. He was the one who had a diorama in an earlier episode and was making a mess all over the table. I try not to show him very much on the vlogs and in these episodes, just because, like, you know, there's a lot of, you know, there's 4 parents here that, you know, need to give approval and have a say in his life, and there's a lot of stuff going on there. So as much as he wants to be in the vlogs, he was very excited to be in that clip of us decorating the Christmas tree. That's kind of as much as I'm comfortable with showing him. So yeah, it's been 4 years of being married and being a stepmom, and that's I don't know, what else do you want me to say about that? In terms of knitting, I have been knitting since 2021. I started crocheting, well, I learned how to crochet when I was young. My grandma taught me how to crochet, but I really picked it back up again during the pandemic. It was my pandemic hobby. And then I really wanted to learn how to knit because I wanted to make sweaters, and I really wasn't interested in any of the crochet sweater patterns that I saw. And so I taught myself how to knit in early 2021, and that's it. I've been knitting ever since. And yeah, I just learned from YouTube. I I purchased yarn from We Are Knitters. I found them online, like on Instagram, and they had like a Black Friday sale, and I like went ham and bought a lot of the wool, you know, their thick chunky wool, some really thick needles. I found their YouTube videos, and I just like sat there and basically was making swatches. I didn't really know what swatches were at that time, but I would cast on like 20 stitches and I would knit them until I made like a rectangle, and then I was like, okay, and I would rip it out and I would do it again until I felt like I understood what I was doing. And so I was making like garter stitch swatches, and then I was like, okay, I don't understand the difference between garter stitch and like stockinette. And so I was like Googling it to try and figure it out, and then I was like, oh, okay, so it's like knitting and then purling. Then eventually I figured it out, and yeah, here we are now. Okay, I've gotta join this meeting, so I'll catch back up with you in a little bit. I cast on this square, so now I'm gonna start knitting. Okay, I'm done with my meeting and I'm sitting on the floor, and I figured since you got an introduction of me, a lot of people also wanted an introduction to the dogs, so that's what we're gonna do. Alrighty. This is Rocky. You've seen him, you know him, you love him. This is Rocky. This is Lillipop. Lillipop. Oh, my Lillipop. Rocky and Lillipop are siblings. They're from the same litter. We got Rocky and Lillipop in fall of 2021 when we moved into this house. They are Yorkie poos, so Yorkie poodles. So they are now, let's see, it's 2024, 3 years old. So this is as big as they're gonna get. They don't shed, they're hypoallergenic, but we do have to groom them. And we frequently don't groom them as often as we should, so they end up really fluffy sometimes. They bark a lot, more than they should. So one of the questions someone asked was, how is it working from home with them? They really like to bark when I'm in meetings, especially when like the gardeners come or someone rings the doorbell or knocks on the door to like deliver a package, or like Joel opens the door and then they start barking, and that's really annoying. I'm sure if you have dogs and also work from home, you know what I'm talking about. And then, buddy, come here. Will you come here? Yes, come here, baby. This is Buddy. This is the little monster who isn't sleeping right now. We don't know why. Buddy is a black lab mix. He's got a purple tongue. Do you want to show people your tongue? No. He has one ear that sticks up and one ear that's floppy. And Buddy is... How old are you, bud? Are you 13 now? Buddy's an old dog. You can see his little white hairs. And all of his little lumps and his little bumps. And I got Buddy from a rescue when he was 7. This was a few years ago, from a San Diego rescue. And yeah, I've had him ever since. So he's my good boy most of the time, except when he, you know, won't sleep and we don't really know why. So. Oh, Rocky and Lillipop are named after Pokemon. So Rocky's like original name is Rockruff. Lillipop is Lillipop, both of which are dog Pokemon. And Rocky basically immediately got shortened. Rockruff almost immediately got shortened to Rocky. Lillipop has basically stayed Lillipop. I thought we would shorten it to Lily, but Lillipop stayed. Joel's mom thought it was Lily Puff at one point, and I thought that was hilarious. And so one of her nicknames is Puff now. Pufferkins, my puff ball, puffy girl, my silly puff, Lily Pup the silly pup. Anyway, that's Lily Pup. Rocky, let's see Rocky's nicknames. Rock Truck. I don't know why. I just call him little boy. He's my little boy. Buddy. He's my buddy boy Loaf. He's a big boy, so he's a loaf. Okay, that's it. That's the dogs. Had a little panic about seeing one of my friends for Christmas and like not having a gift. Sarah, if you're watching, it's not for you. And I have this yarn for a gift knit. I haven't done any gift knitting this season. I wasn't really planning on doing any gift knitting this season, but I kind of had a thought to see, at least maybe make an estimate of how long it would take me to knit up this Doodle cowl. It's a PDX carpet DK weight Doodle cowl, which I don't actually think would take me very long to knit. I think I could get it done. In less than a week before I see her. So I think this gives me another opportunity to try out my electric yarn winder too. Let's look at it. I need to pull out my doodle book. Okay, so this is like the doodle chart. The green is the main color. And then the red actually can just be duplicate stitched because it's like just like 4 stitches here every so often. And then it's this cowl. So it's like way less knitting than like the infinity cowl. If you had watched any of my like podcast episodes before Vlogmas started, you may have seen that I started knitting the infinity cowl with the Loch Ness Monster colorwork motif, and that one is taking me a little bit longer. This I think would be, I don't think this would take as much time to knit because it's like not as many repeats of the chart, you know? It's simple construction, it's straight edges, no increases, no decreases. I think I'm gonna at least wind up this yarn and maybe knit the ribbing tonight. I'm almost done with my blanket square for today. And then I can at least like cast this on and it'll be kind of fun. I may totally throw out like finishing up my, this may totally mess up my plans of finishing my blanket like by the end of Vlogmas, but you know what, at least I would have a fun gift for, by the way, a very knitworthy person, okay? Like I wouldn't do this for a non-knitworthy person, okay? Just throwing that out there. Okay, this is gonna be a long vlog today, guys. You probably deserve it. The last couple of vlogs have been, so sorry about that. Let's wind up some yarn with my electric winder, okay? We're gonna retest this out. Okay, a lot of people mentioned on the last video that I tried out this winder that like the tension from my Swift was like definitely one of the issues for the winder not winding well, and 100% like totally agree. I'm still gonna try it that way again today, so we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna use this as my contrast color. That's what she used for her contrast color. So hopefully I'll have enough. A lot of you also suggested this, which I've never tried before, clipping your yarn tail to your Swift. That was also a genius idea. Okay, winding up. These skeins took longer than it should have. Of course, every time I turn the camera on, I have issues. It was the same issues as last time, basically, and a lot of you guys commented on these issues on the video. But yeah, basically, the electric winder like doesn't have enough force to pull the Swift. At least this particular Swift, my wooden Knit Picks Swift. And because my Swift sits so high up and the yarn is at an angle down to where you string the yarn in for the winder, it's not level. That's also causing an issue. So if I had a Swift that like spun a little bit more freely, if it was more level with the winder, some of these issues would be fixed and wouldn't happen. So definitely something to think about. There's like a potential for me to look at maybe finding a different Swift, but right now I'm just gonna stick with what I have. A reminder, if you're interested in the Kato electric ball winder, the link is in the description box down below. Kato generously gifted me this one to test out in a video earlier in Vlogmas, so thank you to Kato for sending me this one. I am going to end this episode here. It's about 5 p.m. I did not finish my square yet for today, but I'm really close. I'm going to finish it very, very soon. It's looking really good. And when I get this finished, I do think I'm going to cast on that cowl, so I'm excited about it. Tomorrow I'm going to be in a work meeting all day, so there will be another gap between videos, which is fine, but I will be filming again on Thursday, so I'll see you then. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you're not subscribed, please click that subscribe button. I'm going to continue doing the Q&As in the rest of the videos that we have for Vlogmas, so I guess you can still ask some questions if you have them. I do still have my list that I'll be going through, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye!
La 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 la. La 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 la.